Hello and welcome to the 2011 edition of the Warren Fantasy Football League. I've ranked the players the same way I have the last several years. We have two writers for our top 200 players link. I combined both rankings, divided it by 2, and that's how I got the players ranking. For example, when you combine Ben Roethlisberger's 2 rankings, divide that by 2, he's a 52. When you compare his ranking of a 52 to the other 11 starting quarterbacks, he's 9th best. So that means he's the 9th ranked quarterback in the league. For running backs, I would combine both running back rankings and cut it in half. So that's how I got the running backs and the wide receivers positions. So you get the idea. Okay, here are the overall team rankings by position. I added the flex player to the rankings this year for 2 reasons. One, the flex player helps determine how much depth the team has. If you got a flex player that's highly rated, that's important. The other reason is Ryan Matthews is my flex player, so he moved my team up in the league rankings all the way up to team number 5. Hey, that's my show. I can do what I want. Okay, for the I've broken the league up into 3 different sections. The first section are the teams that are ranked under 20. Smoke Dogs are when I combine the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and flex rankings, that's your total team ranking. Smoke Dogs, 13-1 last year, obviously the best team in the league. And they've got the best ranking going into this league with a 12. Smoke Dogs, Rubberneckers, Thoroughbreds, and the Morons have joined the group of elite. He's got an 18, and the thing is about Morons, his quarterback ranking is 11th, but his quarterback's Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco should be higher than an 11. I'll go over each team's individual rankings as we do the picks. The next, the middle tier are the teams in the 20s. That's the Rhinos, me, thanks to Matt Ryan being the flex player, and the TD Kings. We're at 24 and 25. And the final section are the people in the 30s or higher. Stunners, Big Boys, Warriors, Deadheads, Marauders, and Headhunters. The one glaring mistake with the Warriors is, just like with the Morons, the Warriors have the 12th best quarterback. Now the Warriors have Kevin Kolb, who's playing for Arizona right now, and even after he was traded to Arizona, the sports writers on our website, the top 200, still said he only averaged like let's see, he was like 137, 150th when you combined the 2 and then divided it, combined both rankings and divided it by 2. Their explanation was he's not experienced enough. He hasn't proven he can do it. I think Eric's got much better than the worst quarterback in the league. I think he's gotten like top 7. So if Kolb would have been ranked in the top 7, then he'd be in the 20s with me and the TD Kings. The Rubberneckers had the first pick in the draft. They traded with John to get the first pick. The Rubberneckers have Rodgers, quarterback for Green Bay. He's the best quarterback in the league, tied for the best. Michael Vick is also tied for first. He's got Steven Jackson from St. Louis, Blunt from Tampa Bay, and their averages there. He's got the 5th best running backs, Jennings and Marshall. He's got the 3rd best wide receivers, and Green for the Jets running back is his flex player, 5th best overall. The Rubberneckers are looking good. They were only 6-8 last year. They got a great team, and they're looking good for this year. I believe their first pick for the draft this year will be Mark Ingram. Stone Cold Stunners got pick number 2 in the draft. They got the 9th best quarterback with Roethlisberger. They got Forte and Jones, 8th best overall running backs. Their wide receivers are excellent with Nix and Williams. Nix from New York Giants, Mike Williams from Tampa Bay. 2nd overall wide receivers. Their flex players ranked 11th in the league. Thomas, New Orleans running back. So he just doesn't have a whole lot of depth, but I believe Jonathan's first pick in the draft will be Daniel Thomas, running back, Miami. The Deadheads have pick number 3 in the draft. He's got Matt Ryan, quarterback for Atlanta. He's ranked 8th overall in the league, but he's a young guy. He's probably going to wind up being much better than that. His running backs, Wells and McGahee. Now McGahee, I'm using the rankings before McGahee went to Denver, so I'm not sure what he's ranked now, but he's got the worst set of running backs in the league. He's ranked 12th, and his wide receivers are 5th. He's got Johnson from Houston, who's 13th overall, and then he's got Dez Bryant from Dallas, who's rated 53 overall, but Dez Bryant's a good pick. He doesn't need a running back. He doesn't need a wide receiver, doesn't need a quarterback, he needs a running back. His first pick will be Ryan Williams, running back, Arizona, who's rated 82nd and 80th on our top 200 list. The big boys have pick number 4. Let's see, the big boys have Matt Schaub, Houston quarterback, ranked 7th overall. Peterson, number 2 overall, but when you throw in Grant from Green Bay, who's ranked 55th overall, he's got the 7th best quarterback, 7th best running back, 8th best set of wide receivers. The big boys, he needs to get a second running back. I believe his first pick will be DeMarco Murray, running back for Dallas, is rated 86th and 97th overall in our top 200. That's for this year. He's a rookie, so he'll probably get better. Pick number 5, the Stone Cold Stunners. They're back on board. They got quarterbacks 9th, running backs ranked 8th, wide receivers ranked 2nd. I believe even though I projected him to pick a running back with his first overall pick, with his first pick, I believe he'll also pick a running back with his second pick. Roy Helu Jr., Washington Redskins running back. He's ranked 110th and 140th overall. Pick number 6, the Marauders. They got Romo for quarterback, ranked 6th overall. His running backs are ranked 10th overall. His wide receivers are ranked 9th overall. You can see his wide receivers are young and up and coming. Bo and Harvin, Benson and Jackson. I think that's where he's going to need improvement. I believe the Marauders will take a running back with their first pick, and it'll be Jacquizz Rodgers, running back, Atlanta. He's ranked 157th and 146th overall. The Warriors have the 7th pick of the draft. The Warriors have the 12th ranked quarterback, 11th best set of running backs, and 3rd best wide receivers. He definitely doesn't need a wide receiver, but he also doesn't need a quarterback. Cobb is ranked 168th according to our website. Of course, this was like in late July, early August. He had been traded to Arizona, but they're saying that, or actually early August after the settlement, but they're saying that Cobb is not highly ranked even after he got traded to Arizona because he's not a proven veteran. He hasn't done it yet. They weren't impressed with the 7 games he played with Philadelphia last year. He's got to prove he can do it. I disagree. Cobb is a good quarterback. He doesn't need a quarterback. He doesn't need a wide receiver. He needs running backs, but there's really no running backs worth it. Julio Jones, wide receiver, Atlanta, is ranked 112th and 86th overall. Even though he doesn't need wide receivers, I believe he's going to take Julio Jones, Atlanta wide receiver. You can always trade with him for a running back, or you can just stock up on wide receivers. The Morons have pick number 8. The Morons have the 11th best quarterback, but it's Joe Flacco. I like Joe Flacco. His running backs are ranked 4th overall. McCoy for Philadelphia and Hillis for Cleveland. And his wide receivers are the best in the league. He doesn't need a wide receiver, doesn't need a running back. I don't think he needs a quarterback either, but he's so strong at running back and wide receiver, he may wind up going for Cam Newton, quarterback Carolina. I believe Cam Newton will start week 1 for Carolina. We'll see. But I'm just guessing with the Morons. The Thoroughbreds have pick number 9. Paul and Jen have pick number 9. They got the 4th best quarterback in the league. Their running backs ranked 2nd overall. He's always got a good set of running backs. Jackson and Welker for wide receivers. They're only ranked 7th, but they're 2 strong wide receivers. He really doesn't, they don't need anything. I believe the next best available player is A.J. Green, wide receiver, Cincinnati. He's ranked 129th and 118th overall. Pick number 10, the Smoke Dogs. Supposedly the best team in the league. They were last year, 13-1. Smoke Dogs, let's see. They're 3rd ranked at quarterback with Peyton Manning, 3rd ranked at running back with Foster and Gore, 5th ranked at wide receiver with Fitzgerald and Austin. Obviously, they don't need anything. He's just going to take somebody with a great upside. He's got the 2 Manning quarterbacks, but Peyton's getting old, but he's still got about 4 or 5 years left. I don't think Peyton Manning's washed his jersey in 5 seasons. He never gets tackled. I still think he's going to go with Christian Ponder, quarterback from Minnesota. He's a young guy, and he doesn't need him to produce for 2 or 3 more years. So I believe that's where John's going to go. Pick number 11, the TD Kings. Mike Young's got the tied to the best quarterback. He's got Michael Vick, which is ranked 1st overall. 6th at running back, McFadden for Oakland, Marino for Denver. 6th overall running back. Wide receivers are 11th. He does need a wide receiver. The next best wide receiver is Greg Little, wide receiver for Cleveland. But I think he's going to go with John Baldwin, wide receiver Kansas City. Now, I just heard last night Baldwin got into a fight with somebody on the Chiefs, and he got hurt in the locker room. I don't know how hurt he is, but if he's not that hurt, I think he's going to take John Baldwin, wide receiver from Kansas City. Kansas City is a much better team than Cleveland. And pick number 12, the Headhunters, the champs, Mike and Tyler. Mike Sr. and Tyler. Congrats for a great season. Good luck this year. They got the 5th best quarterback. They got the 9th best set of running backs. Of course, Jones-Drew is ranked 8th overall, but Mike Bush, Oakland running back, is ranked 85th overall. His wide receivers, you got Santonio Holmes, New York Jets, which is ranked 54th overall. I think he might be better than that. Moore from New Orleans, wide receiver. He's ranked 140th overall. So he's going to need a running back or a wide receiver. There are no running backs left, but the next best wide receiver is Greg Little, wide receiver, Cleveland.